It's a quick video. Some people ask what type of Muslim am I? I've heard that question a number of times. So I'm a Muslim, a Sunni Orthodox Muslim. I primarily follow the Maliki madhab, but I'm not 100% like very rigid in terms of following the Maliki madhab. I do encourage, I think people should follow a madhab initially. I'm not a Salafi, but I do read some Salafi scholars. I'm not a Sufi, though I do read some scholars by Sufis. I'm not a feminist, though I do read and appreciate some works by by feminists, whether they are Muslim feminists or non-Muslim feminists. I do believe in women's rights, and I believe that's part of the religion. But I don't subscribe to feminism, nor do I subscribe to Salafism or Wahhabism or Sufism. I would say I'm more of on the realm of following traditional Islam, like classical scholars, but I don't subscribe to everything what classical scholars have said, because if you have studied classical Islam, if you've studied fiqh, you'll find a lot of misogynistic sentiment, unfortunately, a lot of sentiment which is very harsh towards women, and I would argue which contradicts the son of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You will find anti-black racism, which unfortunately does exist, and anyone who's familiar with the Maliki madhab and Shafi'i madhab will find that you will find some problematic views, such as an Arab shouldn't marry a non-Arab because Arabs are superior, or this idea that black women are inferior or undesirable or less desirable than other women. And again, this might sound controversial for Muslims who haven't studied, and again, who haven't got access to classical texts, especially those written in Arabic. But anyone who has studied, especially classical fiqh, whether it's from in the Maliki madhab or Shafi'i madhab in particular, will know exactly what I'm saying. So again, I don't blindly, or I don't like follow everything that some scholars have said, but I do generally follow like classical scholars. So I will say that I'm a Muslim. I would consider myself to be a Sunni Muslim, but I'm someone who has a mind of my own, and I'm not afraid to use it. I encourage people to critically think for themselves and to realize that some statements which scholars have said is within their context or their understanding of the Quran and the Hadith. Some of it, again, is based on their personal biases and preferences. We all have biases and preferences, and yeah, it's just important to understand that. And again, I'm passionate about women's rights. I'm passionate about black issues, because unfortunately black people are looked at as less than, even within the Muslim community. So I'm passionate about advocating, again, both women's rights and black people's issues, and showcasing the contributions that black people and women have made in Islamic history. Assalamu alaikum.